Okay, we're working on the 65 sunroof here. Kind of take a look at the floor pans, and so we got a big hole. No big deal. It's real common. Any sunroof model is going to have major floor pan issues because the roof's always leaked, and that's so. What you do is you take your new floor pan. Of course, it's going to be about 2 inches short. A lot of guys would go, hey, well, I'll get the bigger one and I'll just make it all the way up. I'm just going to use a piece of patch panel. Just use a piece of metal right here. I use electro-galvanized steel, which doesn't rust as quickly as even this stuff. It's a little harder to weld, but it's not galvanized. It's not hot galvanized. That's different. It's actually weldable. And that stuff's just sparky. It doesn't even weld really well. So I don't use galvanized, but it's electro galvanized. You can look it up and see. They call it paint lock some places. Like if you go to regular steel shop. So what I do is I go ahead and mark it with a crayon. You can get these at Harbor Freight Tools. You know where I want to cut. So I'm going to cut. I'm just going to cut it right at that line. I'm going to set this one actually on top of there. The reason I'm going to do that is because it's stronger. So I am not building show cars. I built stuff that's going to be driven, or hopefully driven, and I want it to be strong because if somebody gets in a wreck, you'll be glad it was done right, done to be strong. Now, right, some guys would say was to be butt weld this in, and that might be okay for a show car, but if you're driving in that car butt welded, you know, when it gets in a wreck, if it does, hopefully you never do, but if it does, it's going to fold up into nothing because those butt welds are not as strong as if you overlap. This metal is a lot stronger than this metal. This is probably 22 gauge. Original was probably 20 or 18. So I try and leave as much original metal in the car as possible and not replace any extra stuff that I don't have to. So just giving you guys a quick heads up on this progress on the 65 sunroof.